Good evening, football enthusiasts, and welcome to another exciting season of The Extra Point. I'm your host, Lance McAllister, and I can hardly contain my excitement as we gear up for the kickoff of the 1980 season in the Retro Football League. We've got a jam-packed show for you tonight, covering all the hot topics that make this league so captivating. First off, we'll be diving into the rule changes that are set to spice things up on the field. From game changers to subtle tweaks, we'll break down how these adjustments might influence the outcome of this year's matchups. But that's not all, folks. We've got the inside scoop on the coaching carousel, as we review the seasoned tacticians looking to snag those coveted head coaching spots. Who's making the strategic moves, and who might be orchestrating the next big turnaround in the RFL? And for you fans of the game's legends, we've got a treat, a rundown of the top 5 retired players who've left an indelible mark on the RFL. Their legacy continues to echo through the league, and we'll be honoring their contributions tonight. But what's football without some free agency drama, right? We've got the lowdown on the free agents who could be changing the landscape of the RFL. Who's on the market? And, of course, the anticipation is building as we take an in-depth look at the incoming draft class. Get ready for a sneak peek into the future of the RFL as we preview the top 10 prospects who could be donning the jerseys of your favorite teams. But before we dive into all that excitement, we can't ignore the blockbuster offseason trade that sent shockwaves through the league. The Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants made waves as Dallas traded away their future picks for the Pro Bowl rookie tight end, Kellen Winslow. It's a move that's left fans buzzing, and we'll be breaking down the implications of this bold transaction. Buckle up, football fans, because The Extra Point is about to take you on a journey through the highs, lows, and everything in between of the upcoming RFL season. Stick with us for a football experience like no other. Alright folks, let's get down to the nitty-gritty of the rule changes that are set to shake things up in the RFL this season. Now, one of the key adjustments that's been generating quite the buzz is the introduction of rules designed to spice up the passing game. We're talking about changes that will encourage quarterbacks to air it out more, giving us all those heart-stopping deep passes and breathtaking touchdowns. Get ready for some high-flying action on the field. But it's not just about the aerial show, there's a strategic twist in the playbooks this season. Teams are now allowed to incorporate end-around runs and defensive blitzes into their game plans. This adds an element of surprise and creativity that can catch opponents off guard. It's not just about the traditional plays anymore. We're about to witness some ingenious tactical maneuvers that will keep fans on the edge of their seats. Now here's a game changer in the front offices. The free agent market has undergone a significant transformation. No more fixed amounts. Instead, teams will now have to pay based on the actual value of the players they're pursuing. It's a shift that's bound to create a more competitive environment in the race for free agents. Teams will need to dig deep into their pockets if they want to secure those high-value players who can make a real impact on the field. And for all you stat geeks out there, say goodbye to vague word descriptions in scouting reports. We're entering a new era where scouting reports will be based on graded players, giving teams a clearer picture of a player's strengths, weaknesses, and overall potential. It's a move toward a more data-driven approach to player evaluation, and it's sure to be a game-changer for teams looking to build a winning roster. So, football fans, get ready for a season that's not just about touchdowns and tackles. It's about a league that's evolving and adapting to keep us all on the edge of our seats. As we dive into the offseason, one of the most intriguing aspects is the shakeup happening within coaching staffs across the RFL. Teams are on the lookout for the next brilliant minds to lead their squads, and that means it's time to discuss potential head coaching candidates making waves as coordinators. First up, we have William Taylor, the offensive mastermind behind the Detroit Lions' explosive attack. With a top 5 offense in yards gained, Taylor has demonstrated an ability to orchestrate a dynamic and high-scoring unit. Teams eyeing an offensive spark might just have their sights set on poaching Taylor for a head coaching position. Then, there's Ernest Duckworth, the defensive maestro leading the charge for the New York Jets. Known for his defensive genius, Duckworth has crafted a formidable unit that's been a nightmare for opposing offenses. Teams in search of a defensive-minded leader might have their sights set on Duckworth to bring stability and dominance to their sidelines. And let's not forget Curtis Shorter, the man behind the Iron Curtain of the Pittsburgh Steelers defense. With a top-3 defense for the last 3 seasons, Shorter has proven himself as a defensive coordinator par excellence. His ability to consistently produce a formidable defense puts him in the spotlight as a prime candidate for a head coaching gig. Now the big question is, which teams are likely to poach these coaching talents? The offseason carousel is spinning, and teams with coaching vacancies are undoubtedly eyeing these coordinators as potential game changers for their franchises. Now let's shift our focus to the bittersweet part of the offseason, the retirements of some key players who've left an indelible mark on the RFL. These are the Warriors who've battled on the gridiron, making unforgettable contributions to their respective teams. But as the saying goes, all good things must come to an end. First up, the Atlanta Falcons bid farewell to strong safety George Atkinson, who made a Pro Bowl appearance just last season. Atkinson's prowess in the secondary has been a cornerstone for the Falcons' defense, and his retirement leaves big shoes to fill. Over in Indianapolis, linebacker Ted Hendricks has called it a career. As the team's tackling leader last season, Hendricks has been a defensive stalwart for the Colts. His retirement marks the end of an era for Colts fans who've witnessed his exceptional playmaking abilities. The Chicago Bears say goodbye to running back Terry Metcalf, who rushed for an impressive 1,000 yards in each of the last 2 seasons. Metcalf's explosive runs and consistent production on the ground have been a driving force for the Bears' offense. The Kansas City Chiefs bid adieu to strong safety Ken Riley, a Pro Bowler from last season. Riley's impact in the secondary has been instrumental in the Chiefs' defensive success, and his retirement leaves a void that will be filled on the field. In New England, center Bill Lankitis hangs up his cleats after earning a Pro Bowl nod last season. Lankitis' contributions to the Patriots' offensive line have been crucial, and his retirement signals a changing of the guard for the team's front 5. Over on the West Coast, the San Francisco 49ers lose Greg Brazina, a 2-time Pro Bowler, including an appearance last season. Brazina's tenacity and skill on the field have been a key factor in the 49ers' success, and his retirement marks the end of an era for the team. Finally, the Washington Redskins bid farewell to cornerback Ken Houston, a past Pro Bowler and a key special teams player who racked up an impressive 664 kick return yards. Houston's versatility and impact in different facets of the game will surely be missed in the nation's capital. As we honor these retiring legends, we can't help but reflect on the incredible moments they've provided us over the years. Their contributions have left an enduring legacy, and we wish them all the best in their well-deserved retirements. As the free agent market kicks into high gear, football fans, get ready to witness a frenzy of activity as teams vie for the services of some intriguing talents hitting the open market. Let's break down the key positions and the notable players who could be changing the landscape of the RFL. Starting with the quarterbacks, we have a trio of seasoned signal callers who might not be looking for a starting role but would undoubtedly make solid backups. Keep an eye on John Haddle, Lenny Dickey, and Steve Ramsey, experienced quarterbacks who bring a wealth of knowledge to any team. In the running back department, the depth is evident with Bo Matthews and Mark Van Egan both boasting 1,000-yard seasons. Teams in need of a versatile and dynamic backfield addition will have some enticing options to choose from. The offensive line is about to witness a bidding war, with tackle Keith Fahnhorst and center Dennis Swilly emerging as the most sought-after linemen. Their skills and reliability in the trenches make them prime targets for teams looking to shore up their protection. Moving on to tight ends, the class may be small, but the talent is undeniable. Raymond Chester and Bob Klein stand out as elite speedsters, providing a valuable dimension to any passing attack. The wide receiver pool might be considered weak, but there are gems to be found. Sure-handed wide receiver Roy Jefferson and the well-rounded Steve Odom are poised to make an impact for teams in need of receiving weapons. In the cornerback department, while there might not be superstars, Bruce Rhodes looks to be a solid addition. His consistency and reliability in coverage make him an attractive option for teams seeking defensive reinforcements. At linebacker, we have a decent group, although speed may be a concern. Tom Jackson stands out as a sure tackler, leading this group of linebackers who bring a wealth of experience to the table. On the defensive line, Jack Gregory and Jeff Marrow shine, but the overall group may not see many breaking into starting spots. Still, these defensive ends bring a level of skill and expertise that could bolster a team's pass rush. Lastly, the safety group may predominantly consist of backups, but keep an eye on the free safety position. Free safety Bill Thompson, possibly the highest-rated player in free agency, could bring significant value to teams in need of a playmaking safety. As the bidding wars unfold and teams jockey for position, the Extra Point will be here to provide you with in-depth analysis and updates on the free agency frenzy that's sure to shape the upcoming RFL season. As we turn our attention to this year's draft class, football fans, get ready for a draft that may lack the household names we've seen in the past and future classes. However, what it lacks in fame, it more than makes up for in a deeper level of talent across multiple positions. First off, let's talk quarterbacks. This class may not boast famous names, but it offers depth for teams on the hunt for potential starters and solid backups. The talent pool at quarterback is deep, providing franchises with options to address their quarterback needs. Moving to running backs, it's a bit of a departure from the talent-rich drafts of the past. This year's class has less firepower in the running back department, making the selection process for teams in need of a dynamic ball carrier a bit more challenging. On the offensive line, the draft class shines with depth, including some top 10 talent. Teams looking to solidify their protection in the trenches will find plenty of options to choose from in this year's draft. The tight end class, on the other hand, is notably small and lacks the usual depth we've seen in previous drafts. Teams seeking a playmaking tight end might need to be strategic in their selections. At wide receiver, there will be a few starters to be found early in the draft, but the talent falls off quickly. Franchises looking for a game-changing receiver may need to act swiftly, as the depth at this position is not as pronounced as in other areas. Turning to the defensive backfield, this class lacks elite talent, but there's a wealth of players who will undoubtedly make team rosters. While there may not be a standout star, teams in need of secondary reinforcements will find plenty of options. The defensive line and linebacker positions boast good top talent, but the depth falls off quickly. Franchises looking to shore up their defense with impact players will need to be strategic in their selections. Lastly, keep an eye on special team players who may see teams reaching to grab them early in the draft. Whether it's a standout kicker, punter, or return specialist, these players could prove to be valuable assets for teams looking to enhance their special teams units. Ladies and gentlemen, as we delve into the cream of the crop in this year's draft class, we can't help but be excited about the potential stars that are about to enter the RFL. These players have not only left their mark in college football but are poised to make a significant impact at the professional level. First on our list is quarterback Dave Krieg out of tiny Milton College. Despite his NAIA school background in southern Wisconsin, Krieg has demonstrated exceptional leadership abilities and pinpoint accuracy, compensating for his lack of size. Leading the Wildcats to conference titles in 1976 and 1978, Krieg is set to bring his winning mentality to the RFL. Next up, running back Billy Sims from Oklahoma. The 1978 Heisman winner and two-time All-American rushed for over 3,800 yards and scored an impressive 48 touchdowns for Barry Switzer's Sooners. Sims, who led the Big Eight in rushing yards and touchdowns in 1978 and 1979, is a dynamic playmaker ready to light up the RFL. Wide receiver Art Monk, a versatile talent out of Syracuse, split time at running back and wide receiver before permanently moving to wide receiver in 1979. With over 2,000 yards from scrimmage during his college career and an impressive 40 receptions for 716 yards in '79, Monk's athleticism and versatility make him an intriguing prospect for RFL teams. Shifting to the trenches, we have center Dwight Stevenson from Alabama, a 3-year starting center and a key member of back-to-back national championship teams in 1978 and 1979. Stevenson's experience and championship pedigree are attributes that any team would covet. On the offensive line, tackle Anthony Munoz out of USC stands out as a force to be reckoned with. A two-time All-American and a crucial part of USC's national champion baseball team, Munoz's resilience and blocking skills are sure to make him a top pick. Moving to the defensive side, we have Jacob Green, a dominant defensive end from Texas A&M. With records for most sacks and forced fumbles in Texas A&M history, Green's pass rushing prowess is unparalleled, making him a top prospect for teams in need of a disruptive force. The defensive line gets another standout in Steve McMichael from Texas, a 1979 All-American and defensive MVP of the 1979 Hula Bowl. McMichael's tenacity and contributions on the defensive front make him a player to watch. At linebacker, we have Otis Wilson from Louisville, a 3-year letterman and 1979 All-American. Wilson's impressive college career stats speak for themselves, and his leadership qualities make him a coveted prospect. In the secondary, cornerback Leroy Irvin from Kansas has been a consistent starter since his freshman year. His prowess in interceptions and special teams makes him a dual-threat player that teams will be eager to secure. Last but not least, strong safety Dave Waymer from Notre Dame brings his playmaking ability to the RFL. Waymer, a member of the national championship team in 1977 and a team captain in 1979, is set to anchor the secondary for any team fortunate enough to draft him. As we anticipate the draft, the Extra Point will be here to keep you updated on the selections, team strategies, and the exciting journey of these top prospects into the world of professional football. Well, football fans, that wraps up another thrilling episode of The Extra Point. We've covered everything from the exciting rule changes shaping the game, to the strategic staff hirings across the league. We delved into the retirements of some legendary players and explored the tantalizing landscape of free agency. And let's not forget the upcoming RFL season, where the draft promises to inject a fresh wave of talent into the league. From quarterback Dave Krieg to defensive standout Jacob Green, we've highlighted the names that are sure to make waves in the RFL. As we gear up for the kickoff of the 1980 season, stay tuned to The Extra Point for in-depth analysis, expert opinions, and all the latest updates on your favorite teams and players. Whether it's on the field or off, we'll be here to bring you the stories that make football the incredible spectacle that it is. So, on behalf of the entire Extra Point team, I'm Lance McAllister, reminding you to keep that football spirit alive and stay tuned for more excitement in the days to come. Until next time, football fans, take care, and may your favorite team bring you joy and victory.